Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Rikishi, and welcome back to another episode of Metaphor Refantazio. Last time, all I really did was kill a human, and then watch a whole bunch of cutscenes, and that's it. So now, with that all taken care of and done with, we now have to wait for 9 days, and just build strength for the announcement. So, 613, Grand Trad Recruitment Center.
Alright then.
Let's go! Ian's not so best friend.
Right.
Accepting a bounty is not a bad idea. Plus, it looks like none of the soldiers from your recruitment interview are here. If anyone gets suspicious, we can fake it by mentioning Hulkenberg. Alright, where do I go to accept the bounty then? Just on the bounty board?
Look at that.
There sure are a lot of wanted posters.
Yeah?
Hey, this bulletin board also has a bounty hunter ranking pinned to it. First place is... Oh, Katharina! Nice to be the Katharina we know, right? I guess she really is worth her salt. Impressive. But these contracts aren't anything you can handle. It just take a while to catch up to Katharina. Okay, so not that.
Alright then.
Here?
Uh-huh.
Ugh, the captain's gone. The Grand Cathedral's a mess. My work keeps piling up. What, you here for the bounties? Oh, sure, have a look. You can accept bounty requests at the recruitment center. These targets are very powerful, but you'll be rewarded in kind. Bounty requests are added over time, so don't forget to check back. It's good you haven't been found out. Maybe I was worrying too much. Bounty target. Man-Eater Manuela, Fiend of the Wastes. I need to slay this creature in Tradia Desert, south of Grand Trad. The informant at the Hushed Honeybee Inn in Grand Trad should have more details. Okay. 10,000 rate, not bad. Just to defeat this monster? I guess they must really be struggling with it.
That's what you want.
This one caught your attention. It's a request to slay a man-eater Manuela that's said to appear in the desert south of Grand Trad. Even though it has the run of the desert, it usually hides in its entourage of wild dogs. Take it enough wild dogs and it'll show itself eventually. The military is short-handed, so this one's been difficult to handle. You still want the contract? Sure. You're brave for someone so young. Okay, it's all yours. To get to the desert, go through the large gate south of San Dumio Street. After you walk a bit, you'll find it. Also, beasts aren't your only concern out there. You'll run into a swarm of sandworms if you're unlucky, so beware. As for the details, we're too understaffed to give you much, so go ask an informant. That bunch just rubs me the wrong way, though.
Counting on you.
If you do somehow manage to slay the Manuela, bring back the Rampager tail as evidence. Good luck, and try not to get yourself killed out there.
Let's do it.
Okay. Informant at Hushed Honeybee Inn. Got it. Can't switch pages. And that's it.
Alright then. Let's head there right away.
Let's see about that informant then. And then let's spend time with Hulkenberg. Knowledgeable man. If I may ask you just one thing, are you all going to the Grand Cathedral?
Why?
Hey, who told you that? Calm yourself. There's no need to be so wary. I wouldn't say a word about it to anyone else. On the contrary, I'd like to help you. I've got intel on the monsters within the Grand Cathedral, and you could always use more information, couldn't you?
What?
Information? I'm what some call an informant. I sell information, so how about it? Any interest in paying for knowledge? Buying intel gives you more than just what you've learned from the informant. It has various effects, such as unlocking information about enemies in battle using Analyze. I don't have that yet. Informants can be found skulking in taverns across Eutronia. Consider seeking them out, especially if you want hints about what to do next. You can view information you purchased in the item section of the main menu via the information panel. Buy. Lord of Tradia Desert. Then Grand Cathedral status. I think it's in this one.
Want in on this?
You've surely heard of that stretch of desert to the south of here. That's Tradia Desert. That's beyond the large gale. Most travelers and cargo arrive at Grand Trad after making their way through that desert. Consequently, there's no shortage of people who have been attacked while traveling
Just
through.
between us.
They're harassed on the journey by swarms of Valmo and giant monstrous birds. The threats are too numerous to name, but the worst is the man-eater Manuela. Word is, not only does its breath burn like fire, it also spreads a foul poison. If you fight it, you should be wary of its howl. Okay, so it's a fire attacker then. Interesting. So its breath burns like fire, so I don't want to have fire weakness. In addition to being resistant to the heat, fire magic is ineffective against it. Who would have known? The blaze only invigorates it, so mind your tactics. Conversely, it's quite susceptible to the cold, meaning ice magic is effective against it. You're best to remember that and prepare accordingly. That's about all I know. Unless you want to end up as another set of bones getting bleached by the desert sun, you better know when to run. Okay. Thanks.
What?
As for my sources, well, that's privileged information. I can't tell you. But rest assured, they're highly reliable.
Come
Okay.
again, Ed.
You're right.
It does sound like his information could be useful to us, but the Honeybee Inn, a shady-looking guy like him, is a regular there? There is
All right.
another thing I want to go and do.
Go.
Let's go to Smithy.
Hey,
Hello
I
there.
have a shit ton of items that can be appraised, and also a shit ton of stuff that can be sold. Holy hell. Alright, let's first appraise everything.
Ah, 'tis you.
I know there's little left to do, but wait. Yet that has me more restless than anything.
Hail.
Ah, that's right. Have you a moment to talk? Sure.
The truth is,
Lately, I have felt a great pressure weighing on me. It's made it difficult to stay level-headed. I hoped I might have your console. It must be dealt with swiftly, lest it affect my performance in battle. How would you cope with such burdens if you were me? How to read a book.
I see.
Book, eh? The mind does tend to clear when you're fully absorbed in something. Though, myself, I've always preferred the sword to the page. Could have joined me in a round of swordplay training. Your technique is self-taught, I presume. This seems a fine opportunity to start you on some formal training. I'd like that.
All right.
In that case, we shall need some training swords. To the weapon shop with us.
You know, I'm truly
All
blessed
right.
with good fortune.
A fine balanced weapon, no? Tis for training only, but you'd never knew it from the grip and swing. Tis most nostalgic. I once trained with that blade when I'd just become a royal guardswoman myself. It was not long after joining that I was assigned to this prince's retinue, so I was desperate to improve. I was younger even than you are now, and notably unskilled. Each night, I would slip past our commander's watch, join a comrade of mine in the dark, and spar with him until our hands were calloused and blistered. Jesus.
Certainly.
Some bouts I won, some I lost. Yet despite all the times we crossed blades, we never did see who was the better. Sounds like a worthy opponent. Nothing less. It was thanks to him that I improved by leaps and bounds. We swore we'd become royal knights, worthy of the title, and rise to the heights of the order. We'd be champions.
Surely you jest.
God above, Hulkenberg, is it truly you? So it is you. You've returned.
Rotanth?
What a coincidence. I was just speaking of a comrade and rival. This is the self-same man. And who's this pup? A friend of hers.
Nice to meet you.
You associate with this boy? Disgraceful. Oh, fuck off. What do you mean? I mean, I'm taken aback. You indulge the company of this elder brat? You, once a proud member of the knighthood? Why does that strike you so?
Absurd.
I suppose, like, attracts, like, the dirt suits of a Fallon knight.
You!
What? Oh, calm yourself, Hulkenberg. The commander of the Royal Knights is well within his bounds to judge your failures.
What?
Commander? You mean yourself?
Yes.
While you wandered as a vagrant, I earned both our share of honors. So I see.
And?
And you? Clearly you've given up on pulling yourself any higher. What has occupied you instead? I pursue a mission, one that far outweighs any glory found in the Order.
Whoops.
Ah, of course. When you couldn't save the prince, any dignity you had as a royal guard was well and duly snuffed, wasn't it? I suppose you had little choice but to cling to your search for his shadow. How dare! Choose your words with care. No need. I have nothing more to say. You disappoint me, Hulkenberg.
Sorry.
My apologies. I'm sorry you had to see that. Don't worry about
Listen,
it. If you say so. I do understand his anger. 'Twas by my choice that our promised paths diverged, after all. But we cannot afford to lose sight of our priorities. Well, let us fight onward in the name of His Royal Highness. That is the path I walk now. I can sense Hulkenberg's earnest faith and deep trust. Level up!
I have not the luxury of regret.
Knight Enlightenment reduces the mag cost of studying the Knight lineage, and Hulkenberg may defend the protagonist from an attack on his weakness. Interesting. Okay.
Pardon me.
Begging your pardon, but how do you know that fellow who just left? Merely an old friend. You don't say. Well, see you around. That was odd.
Very well.
Let us leave our training for another time.
Yes.
100 drills or 1,000 swings. It'll take an unsparring regimen indeed to purge this distraction. Hulkenberg and I return to the others. I probably messed up, but oh well. Spending time at night. On days you don't visit a dungeon, you'll have enough energy left for activities at night. You can visit followers that are only available at night or hone your royal virtues. Gallica might have advice on what to do at night. Alright. And, Hush Honeybee Inn, help Fabian cook. The dialogue you get is random, so make sure to save beforehand until you choose the correct one. I shall do that. Let us save.
Evidently.
A group of corpses was discovered at the Chedia Desert. Travelers aiming for the royal capital, it seems.
You're right.
There's certainly a lot of monsters out there. How tragic for them to meet their end so close to their destination.
Exactly.
Received your request at the recruitment center, did we not? Shall we slay the monster ourselves? In a bit, Hulkenberg, in a bit.
Well then.
I hear a voice. Am I really fine with this? Shul comes to mind. Maybe I should go talk to him.
Say there.
But first, where's the informant? Is he actually in the Honeybee Inn? Yes, he is.
Amazing. Fancy a bit of it?
I need to... Ingredients of Grand Trad. Learn about the ingredients you can acquire. Secret of the Red Grass Shop. Gimme.
Just between us.
There's a stall at the market in front of the Grand Cathedral that says red grass. You know, the herb that Fabian uses in a certain dish of hers. Matter of fact, red grass originates from the region where you'll also find Fabian's hometown. It's not that far from Grand Trad, but the herb is difficult to find here. For that reason, the shop owner only sells it to his trusted regulars. Any stranger who tries to buy it will likely get shooed away.
Very nice.
But you're no stranger, are you? You already know Fabian, of course, and you're also an acquaintance of Grievous'. So if that's what you're after, try mentioning him to the shopkeep. Get on that list of regulars of his, and you'll be able to obtain a fairly valuable ingredient. Alright. Ingredients of Grand Trad. Do I need that? I don't think I do.
Amazing. What is it?
And then I need to go to Sun Lumio Street.
Alright.
Sunshade Road.
Let's
there we
go.
But
He's over here. Yep, I see him.
Give it a full, I say. That damn Louis. Oh.
Have you perhaps helped out at the Hushed Honeybee? Please tell me what it was like there. So the honeybee's cooking. Counted to him the full story of my time as a sous chef.
Grand, innit?
I see. So it's all in the preparation. If I'm hearing you right, it sounds as though Miss Fabian is rather particular about the ingredients she uses. This red grass you mentioned. Not just anyone can get their hands on that here, can they? I knew she was no ordinary innkeeper.
Now what am I to do?
As I believe I mentioned, the place I work serves high-class clientele, and the head chef, not to mention the customers, put too much emphasis on tribe. Just being a Nidia, I get a cold shoulder from Thamar and Roag, nobles in particular, to be expected in society as it stands today.
What in the
head chef doesn't want
blazes?
people like that to even see me holding a knife. Probably why he sticks me with all the busy work and chores. I suppose I should be grateful I have a job at all, honestly. But still, there are a lot of days when I question why I'm putting up with any of this. So I just wanted confirmation of a simple fact that I think I've always known to be true, that the skill of a chef has nothing to do with one's tribe. Hearing about the Hushed Honeybee has renewed my inspiration to keep cooking. I don't know where it'll take me, but I'm ready to throw myself into the proverbial frying pan. Oh, and of course, I need to thank you verbally for what you've done. Here, take this as a token of my gratitude. Nice.
mission accomplished.
I get 3 Megalopil, and my wisdom goes up, and I get 2k Reef.
Alright.
Oh, so close. For better or worse, we've learned a lot about this country's attitude towards different tribes. Maybe prejudice could even extend to cooking. But it's heartening to know people are working to make it better, so we've got to keep our own fight too.
That damned Louis.
Okay. Yeah, buy information, specifically the secret of the red grass, so you can purchase red grass. And spend time with Stroll, that's all it says.
Alright then.
It's you. Staying put like this puts the day of calamity in mind for me. I have an interesting rumor out of Grand Trad. I thought I might walk the streets to see what comes of it.
Aye.
If you're not too burdened, would you care to join me? Or not?
All right.
Then let's be off. I've heard tell that there are some drifters who occasionally show up on this road here. I can't help but wonder if maybe they're the people I've been looking for. Oh? Grand Trad is so full of novelty, I still can't get used to all the clamor, though. In Hollia, the town where I grew up, you could hear a pin drop by comparison. There was still the bustle of friendship and commerce, but...
But that's...
Young Master Leon! It couldn't be!
Huh?
I know that voice!
Rangeeth?
Rangeef, is that truly you? You made it out safely.
Wow.
Ah, young Master Leon. My goodness, look how you've grown. How do you know each other?
What?
Truth is,
He served house, that word, when our house still stood. I never imagined I'd see him again, much less here. Rengief, this is Will. He's a friend I've recently begun traveling with.
however,
Forgive me for saying, time has not been kind to your frame, old friend. Are you eating well? And how are the others?
that's...
After the human attacked, the survivors fled to the capital. No one can make a living among the ruins in Halia, much less restore it. Most arrived here with only the clothes on their backs. Their livelihoods were destroyed, and without shelter from the rain, more than a few have faded away. No. Then let me help. Let me find you housing. Well, I would if I had the means. All I have left of my ability is in name alone. I'm so sorry.
Wow.
Your kindness is more than I could ask for, young master. I've always said you got your heart from your parents. The only reason we're alive here today is because your parents had us evacuate to the capital. You mean to say my parents instructed you to flee here? All the more reason than that I have to help, somehow. Let's find a way to help.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, absolutely. I only wish I knew how. Who holds authority over the area you're staying in right now? In Ishika Marquis, Lord Hydran.
I see.
Marquis, you say? Sounds like I'll need to pay this Lord Hydran a visit. I'll see if I can negotiate the use of some vacant homes for all of Halia's refugees to live in, though I doubt my name alone is worth much in collateral. Young master, please. Our woes should not be yours to shoulder. They already bear their weight, old friend. That fateful day 7 years ago, my parents acted to save as many as they could. I was just a boy, lost in the panic. I wouldn't have escaped were it not for all of you.
Oh, definitely.
In other words, I'm only standing here today because of your swift action. So let me do what I can to give you peace in this new life.
Sure, but...
You honor us. Still, I fear your plea may fall on deaf ears with Lord Hydran. Devoted as he would seem to the church, he has brushed me off before as backwater refuse. All the more reason I should speak with him myself, if that's how he sees you. Let's go talk to him.
Stroll.
Huh?
What? You're coming too? Moving forward, we'll be in no shortage of trouble. I'd rather you not have to add my personal woes to that. That's what friends do.
You'll be fine.
You.
Very well.
Thanks.
Either way, it's reassuring to have you by my side. On behalf of both me and my house, you have my gratitude. Level up!
I feel more courageous when I'm with you.
Warrior Enlightenment reduces mad cost of studying Warrior, and Undaunted Spirit. When Stroll attacks a human-type monster, critical rate increases. Interesting. Okay. So human-type monster as in just the humans, right? As in, like, the boss dudes that have been fighting? Right? That's what they mean? You have my thanks as well, Sir Will. I have no doubt the young master is in capable hands.
Huh.
Please, enough with the young master thing. We do not stand on ceremony.
Let's head back.
I would have us meet in Lord Hydran without delay, but the sun is going down. Let us return for now and meet with him another day. You got it. 1800, Jesus. Back to the hushed honeybee. Alright, Grand Tread Sun Lumio Streets.
All right.
Let's go.
And then gaze at the view of the royal capital. I presume that's on a bench. The royal capital.
Something up?
Why don't I take a breather? There's a nice view, and it's important to stop and smell the roses, you know. Besides, watching how the people in Grand Tread live might broaden your horizons. If I spend some time gazing at the scenery, my wisdom should broaden.
Oh,
So what's the plan? Care for a short break? Let's take a
Okay.
break. Alright, then it's decided.
whoa.
The streets are packed, but at least it's not as huge a crowd as the royal funeral had. Sure, are a bunch of nobles on the main street and around the Grand Cathedral. I see some Klamar, Ruag, and even some Ishika. But if you head to the back streets, you'll see more Priapus, because that's what a class divide looks like. And then there's you, the only Elder in town. It's crazy how people will say the most vile things right to your face. I don't let it get to me. That's very strong of you, but if anything does get under your skin, make sure you speak up. Let's not hide anything from each other, okay?
Well,
Personally, I don't see much difference among the tribes, but I bet a lot of people would disagree with me there. Gazing out at the sights of the capital with Gallica makes me feel like I've brightened my wisdom. Somehow. I am now informed. Wisdom level 2.
Wisdom.
Tis one of the virtues a ruler must possess. If thou aspire to true sovereignty, fill thyself with the knowledge to discern truth from falsehood.
Why, that's...
A conqueror needs that precious kindling that such a follower's passion may be inflamed. Now with
Alright,
Wisdom 2, I can go to St. Firmus
Go.
Church and purify stuff. That I remember. Today is the day of rest. For those who offer their praise to God, we offer our goods at a specially reduced
Let us
rate.
share our faith.
Interesting. You may be an elder, but it seems you understand something of Sancticism. You carry ornaments with hidden potential. I can purify them for you now. I gained the Sanctus trust with my wisdom, and now I can get my armaments purified at the church. Purify, please. I have a lot of shit. Alright, foreman's jacket. Required. Oh! Mining uniform and a blessed water. Okay. Reduces the damage from being hit by your weakness. That's interesting. Normal attacks become fire affinity. Yes, please. And I got an achievement. Blessed power. Purified piece of equipment. I wish I knew how to show that on OBS, but oh well. Increases damage against undead-type monsters. Well, that would have helped. Fist of Salvation. And then Serenity Scepter. Increases light attack strength. That would have... okay. Get that weekend, and then get this one as well. That's all it could purify? Damn, okay. I'll buy one of those. And then Shrewd Shopper, buy an item on discount. Thank you very much. Actually,
Alright then.
Let me go to the
Let's
smithy
go.
and the armory and the item shop. See what they have on sale. Golden Epee. An extravagant sword utilized by nobles in duels. Strength +3, magic +3. Ooh, that's so nice, but that's so expensive! Ooh, Iron Lance. That's so much better, but I don't want to buy it because I could potentially get something better. Oh, that's so nice, though. Oh, the Golden Epee is so nice. Ooh.
Well, I'll not loiter in a storm.
Igniter Machantress. Or Machantis. I remember you, Elda. Seems I was right about you not being a local. I've heard the rumors. My sources suggest you and Grios were working together. How'd you know that? I own a magic igniter shop, and I do have some sway with the residents of Sunshade Row. But you needn't worry. I have no intention of turning you in. In exchange for my discretion, though, for lack of a better word, would you be willing to do a job for me?
What?
What job?
Yes.
Endangerance one, shall we say. I imagine a colleague of Grius would likely have the skill and discretion required. However, perhaps I'd better look elsewhere. I didn't realize how young you are on first glance. I prefer to work with someone who already understands how the world works to some degree. Too much risk otherwise. Don't want your death on my conscience. Proving your virtue. With a retort that demonstrates your royal virtues, you can gain the upper hand and win new supporters. Consider the type of ruler you'd like to be and respond well when someone questions your capabilities. This study owns an igniter shop, right? I bet the pay would be decent. Maybe worth taking the job if it's nothing too crazy. At least describe the job. I've put my overflowing wisdom on display. I'll be able to stand my ground with people as powerful as this woman. Dude, it's
Yes.
level 2. Don't get too excited. Well, I suppose you really are more than you seem. I certainly can't imagine Grius would have worked with any normal child. Glad to hear it. Now, I'd like to see what you were made of.
Allow me to reintroduce myself. My name is Brigitte. I run this shop and manage trade of magic igniters. This is your first time in Grand Trad, you mentioned. Then, what do you think of magic igniters?
I suppose they make some things easier?
Aha! Situationally easier, but not broadly useful, eh? You have a good grasp of it then. All right, next. Are you good at keeping secrets?
I'm afraid that's a secret.
Are you trying to be funny? At least you're not short on nerve. Then, I have one last question. Do you believe in God?
Not the one everyone else does. I have my own beliefs.
In other words, not the god of sanctism. Well, that's enough for me. Yes, I think there's potential in you. I'd like to ask you to handle an extermination mission. You're fit for the task. The fact is, our trade route for Ignitus has been shall we say, compromised. A local monster's apparently made the place its feeding grounds. Evidence suggests its actual nest is near the place I personally checked out. I want you to go there, find it, and exterminate it.
Wait, hold on just a moment. You're asking us to handle something so important? Is that even okay?
I'm asking you precisely because it's so important. There are reasons I'd rather not bring this to the guard. I usually prefer discretion with these sorts of things anyway. Especially with groups like them. But if Grius trusts you, then I certainly can.
How are you connected with Grius?
I hardly think that bears discussion right now.
What do you think? It does seem like she could use the help, but...
You will be compensated, of course, and generously. There's also the option of discounts on my stock, if that appeals. Additionally, rumor has it there's even treasure to be found at the monster nest. I'd say the potential rewards are a fair match for the risk. I hope you've no objections to the job.
Understood.
Thank you. You're bound for Belega Corridor. It's only a short distance away from here.
This one's important.
A bullish embargo. I need to slay Goop Taurus in Belega Corridor. The informant in Grimchat, who's usually at Honeybee and on Sunshade, should have more details. Pious Igniter increases courage and 7,500 Reeve.
It's here. Just think of the goodies that might be hiding inside.
We'll face danger here.
What's that error
Here's
gonna do
where we
with
are now.
maintenance of best friend?
All right. Let's...
Huh.
Here's where we are now.
If you don't have a way there, I'll lend you my carriage. Not the kind of trip you'll want to make on foot. You can leave the city through the large gate south of the central street. Don't die out there now.
That's not foreboding. The monster at Belega Corridor, right? I bet an informant would know something about it. Yeah, let's go to the Honeybee Inn.
Let's go.
What is it?
Amazing.
Fancy a
Hey.
bit of it?
Ox Demon of Belega Corridor.
Want in on this?
Who told you about Belega Corridor? That place may still harbor some treasure, since not many know about it. However, word has it that deep within is a grotesque Gutaros, a gigantic two-legged beast brandishing an axe. It's quite famous amongst adventurers. It eats anyone who uses a staff or a mace, and it'll go berserk if it sees one. Watch out if it starts to build up strength. Next hit could kill you straight off. That said, if you time your attacks well, you can knock it out of its stance and halt its attack. I recommend swift pierce attacks with a spear of some sort. It's weak to them. Ugh, wonderful.
Just between
You
us.
can't, then you ought to simply guard. Defending won't help you to escape, but you may just be able to survive the onslaught. Finally, there's a lot of Goborns out there. Those behave more or less the same. If you want to fight them off, use swords and spears. When he saves staves or maces, does he mean mage and healer? Guess we should switch it up to be safe. Just to warn you, it's full of monsters that make the ones in Grand Cathedral pale in comparison. If you go, make sure you're mentally prepared for what you'll face. That's all I can offer you for now. Should you survive, do return. If you get the coin, I'll have more information for you.
Amazing.
Alright. To Grand Cathedral. You?
Oh there.
You're interested in these herbs here? Sorry, but I only sell to my regulars. Do you know Grius? Grius, don't tell me. Are you the one that's been hanging around the Honeybee Inn lately? One of his friends? Truly? I come from the same town as Fabian, so Grius and I met a long time ago. The man helped me countless times. I was quite sad to hear of his passing, though I think that deep down I always knew that things with him would end like this. Anyway, I couldn't possibly turn away your friend Grius, so are you looking for some of my red grass? Buy as much as you like. It's 150 Reeve a piece, or 4 for 500. Okay, so 4 for 500, so that's... Okay, so you get 100 off. Yeah.
Can we talk?
Red grass seems like a useful cooking ingredient. I'm buying it.
Thanks.
Great, for red grass then. Thank you kindly for your generosity. Feel free to come again anytime.
Why did
Oh
this
there.
happen?
And I'll buy another 4.
Thanks.
And I should be fine right then and there. Now, I need to exit out the front gate to travel to Belaga Corridor.
Alright.
So, I believe it's
Let's head there
Summoning
right
Yell.
away.
And just in case, I'm going to do a quick little save.
What now?
There's only desert outside the gate, but if you really want to go out there, then at least know where you're going. I want to go to Corridor. Alright, let's check our destination on the map. Requests and intel will open up on new areas on the city map. You can go there as long as you know the path. You can see how many days are required to reach your destination when you select it on the map. The road there doesn't pass through an encampment, but you can get there that afternoon. When you return to town from your destination, it'll be night. After tackling a dungeon, you won't be able to do anything else. You and your allies need to rest. The wilds outside the city contain innumerable threats, but trust in your allies and step lively for adventure.
Let's see.
Wow, there's a lot to see around Grand Trad, it looks like. Maybe a good idea to prepare for a fight with Louise by training out in the wild.
And right there.
We could fulfill the request.
Just the monster-filled ruins, if the Igniter Shop owner spoke of. A distinguished noble family's manor, wasn't it? Don't suppose there'd be treasure and other valuables that remain. We may as well check, considering we have to defeat the monster anyway.
Clock's ticking.
No getting too sidetracked, alright? Our goal is the monster, not the treasure.
It's your call.
We should be able to get there and back within the day. What'll it be? Wanna go? Let's go.
Let's be off.
Then 'tis settled. It would behoove us all to prepare ourselves, even whilst on the road.
The party at last found themselves at Belaga Corridor, once a palace of a small, bygone country, destroyed and worn away by sand and rock. The land is a shadow of its former glory. Now it is home to monsters, attracted by its stagnant magma. The party steps into the corridor, as if called there by the lingering resentment of a country that could not stand the test of time.
Excuse me.
The thing is,
This is where Brigitte mentioned. Apparently the monsters here sometimes attack passerby. I had no idea these ruins were here. This was a villa for a grand old noble family, I heard. But this looks properly old.
Is this right?
Well, at any rate, we're here for the Giptaris. The ruins are novel, yes, but let's not stray from our purpose. Let's hunt for a rare treasure. But there might be a rare treasure about. True. Still, this place is huge. Hunting for treasure sounds quite a tall order.
come on.
Yeah, getting sidetracked isn't a good idea, you know.
My thanks.
There's always a trade-off. The decision is yours, but pray make it sensibly, please. Alright. Well, I think with that, our destination is clear. So next time on Metaphor Refantazio, let's tackle this dungeon, shall we? I'll see you all then.